Hi guys, how you doing? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
I saw the film this morning, so it's still like
bubbling
underneath me.
It's in you.
Wow. It's brilliant. I thought. I was going to actually lead into my first question because there's a kind of frenetic, quite a visceral energy to this film, and obviously it's very fast paced, and there's kind of it's all set kind of against the clock, and there's kind of lives on the line. So there's that. As an audience member, I sat there for 90 minutes and feel kind of exhausted.
Yeah.
How was it being in that environment and shoot in that headspace? I guess for a few weeks, you must have been pretty tired when all was said and done.
Yeah, we only have to do it for little 10-hour stints at a time.
Yeah. I mean, he likes to do the whole scene on a loop, kind of, over and over again. I was particularly tired. I'd just been working on Presumed Innocent, a TV show. And then I flew out and did this, and then I flew back and did that. So I was both warm as an actor, which is always nice.
Yeah.
But I was also a little frayed, I would say.
Yeah. Yes.
Which both things were great for the film, you know.
Yeah, it was exactly. Yeah, and you know, you sort of he did do long takes, so you did have to sustain it more than normal. But it's a series of sort of sprints, you know, throughout the day, and then in between those sprints, you try and think about anything else but what you're doing.
You know, it always took the pressure off any given moment, though. There were very few times on this movie where I thought, oh, today's the day where I have to do this or do that. You know, you basically just showed up and you knew you'd be shooting the scene for long enough that you didn't have to, like, nail something.
That was also, that's the thing of having a good cast, isn't it? Like, you just, when you're with good actors, you just sort of don't worry so much.
Yeah.
A lot of work's done for you. If the person that you're looking at, you know, you believe in, and you know that they're good, it does really make the job a lot easier.
It's just like sport, where like if you're playing tennis and you're playing against somebody that carefully lobs the ball over to you, you're just also going, how do I hit the ball again?
Yeah. There is that thing of somebody keeps you on your toes whilst you carry each other, you know, all the
it's
time
all
without
impulse, right? I go like this, you go like that.
Yeah.
I don't have to think about what my reaction is because
Exactly.
I'm acting on you. You're acting on me. We don't.
We're not
things.
We're not playing games, you know, either. Yeah. So it's amazing when you're with somebody that you admire or that is good and that you work the same way. That helps too. How easy it can feel.
We would be in agreement about when it wasn't working.
That's it.
That's very helpful.
Yeah, that is
as opposed to the person who's like, I don't know, I thought that was quite good. And you're like, we got all the words out, sort of.
And that was true for everybody, including the director.
Yeah.
That was that. Yeah, it was an ensemble. It was a genuine ensemble in that collaboration. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you know, it analyses the kind of. I love the kind of way it studies the kind of moral and kind of ethical roles of kind of news reporting. And there's one really fascinating moment. I think it was your character actually who said it when he poses the question. He says, "Whose story is this?" And I think it's that idea sometimes of how much sort of can reporting actually turn it around and give the perpetrator the kind of story they're after, and all these kind of different themes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just what I wondered about some of the kind of themes that kind of stood out to you in this, because I mean there's so much kind of going on, and was that quite an interesting kind of thing to explore, that kind of whole conflict?
I'm very interested in the ways that the media becomes part of the story, which is quite often. I mean, that's why, for example, like in the US at least, a lot of times they don't release a lot of the information about the perpetrator because a lot of times, of course, with any terrorist act, they need the media to report on what they're doing. Otherwise, it's not an act of terror. It's just they're abducting and killing some people. It's got to reverberate, and the media becomes to participate in spreading that message. Now, like I was saying, in the U.S. sometimes now they will not release, or they try not to. The media gets, they'll say we're not going to release the name of the perpetrator, or their agenda, and then and now with the internet, somebody picks it up and we learn all about them and we see.
Or you get a false identity, or or whatever identity somebody wants it to be, right? And which creates a whole.
The Atlanta Olympics, the bomber
96
story.
Oh, Richard Jewell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't
Wasn't him.
Wasn't him.
Yeah.
But he certainly was.
He paid the price, didn't he? He paid the price, yeah.
Because obviously the reporting of this, my final question, is sort of the reporting of news has changed massively. I love the kind of, obviously what would have been advanced technology back then, but I love the kind of physical nature of the way it was all put together, even the subtitling on the news and stuff. But obviously now, you think about how this would be reported now, everyone would be with their camera phones, they'd be filming it and it'd be uploaded to social media way before news broadcasters had even got hold of the footage. What do you make of the kind of ever-changing landscape of the way we consume our news now and the way it's kind of put out into the world?
Worries me.
Well, I mean, it's so out of hand now that I think we all just have to take personal responsibility. And if you are going to participate in society like voting and stuff like that, you have to be careful about how you get your information. And hopefully it's not just from some Facebook page somewhere or, group chat, that it's, I think you have to go through a number of reputable sources and shake out what the common denominators are and get rid of the rest of it,
What's AI going to do to that?
Listen, we'll be dead.
Yeah. I think I may be already.
On that note, thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Much appreciated. Best luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!